Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am Hazy Daisy Tarot, back with another video. I'm thinking about changing the name, but I'm not sure to what. I realized I didn't think the name through, and I'm like, ooh. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to shoot them my way because yeah. Anyway, today's video is about finding your passion and what that might look like for you or how it might feel specifically. These are pre-picked because I like to do my readings differently than I feel like everyone else on YouTube does. But I always feel better when I write them down first. Like, I don't know, it's just a vibe. So I feel like I'm more accurate than if I do it. I don't know. I feel like writing is part of my practice when it comes to tarot. I know it makes it sound so official, but it just is. And I just like doing it. And then too, I like the details I add. Whatever, who cares? So for today's piles, we have pile 1, which is the rock. Remember, topic is finding your passion. And then pile 2 is, that's right. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be paradise or island. It's going to be island. Pile 2 is island. And pile 3 is ring. Well, engagement ring. So yes, meet me at the timestamps down below for your reading. And I will see you there. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You picked the rock card for your pile, and it says you may struggle with being able to ask for help in a given situation. You're not sure on how to overcome these struggles, but the 5 of Pentacles wants you to know you do have someone in your corner that is willing to go through these moments with you. But feel free to take this as confirmation because this was past energy when I did your reading. So with this may come some stuck energy, as I did pull the Knight of Swords next, which warns against being too proud and too confident to ask for help. Spirit really wants you to not fear vulnerability at this time, as it will serve you if you allow yourself to take the lessons instead of blocking your blessings when you think you're above it all. You know, and it's the little things that matter. It just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let things apply to you when they apply. But if things don't apply to you, then let that be it. And with that, the High Priestess wants you to know that it is all right to not know everything. That you can't see the future. Even I can't see the future, and I read tarot. You know, nothing is certain. Free will still exists. We're all only players in whatever bigger pictures up there, you know, and that it's fine to just go along with that picture so you can be in where you want to be in your life. And I know that can, you know, be kind of hard to put into action, but it really is about just taking baby steps. You don't have to figure everything out right now. And that's what Spirit wants you to remember, that while what's happening in the world or around you may be happening, how do you feel about yourself? Because as long as you know who you are, then who can tell you anything about what you're doing, you know? And what really matters is that nothing is set in stone, as, again, free will exists and everything is subject to change. You're subject to change, the world is subject to change, and you need to go with those changes. That doesn't necessarily mean going with everyone's flow. That means going with your flow. What works for you? What's the world that you want to see? What's the world that you want to live in as the world is right now? But how do you want to work on changing this world to be more what you wish it was for everyone. Like, that's the thing. It's about helping yourself so you can show up better for other people that may not be able to show up for themselves. That there is passion in starting from scratch, that it's okay to need to take those first few steps, that you won't sprint ahead, but you took those steps, you did what you needed to do to get where you want it to be. And that's what matters the most, is that you tried. Even if you fail, which that's subject to change, because if you failure, I always tell people, and I feel like a lot of people in this kind of community say, rejection is protection. So if you failed, that was for your highest good, and you can be sad at that time. It's like, I think about it, like every relationship I've ever had, I'm single, and it's like, man, I don't have a relationship. I see all these happy couples and everything, and there's nothing wrong with being single. But it's like, that's the point, What if I kept letting myself and these failed relationships eat me up inside, rather than becoming the kind of person that I want it to be, And you really can't let your past hold you back from doing that. With that said, let me get back on track. With that said, oh, I just saw my birthday on the recorder. How cute. Way to get back on track. Anyway, really back on track. So it says that Spirit advises you against any impulsive actions, as you may come to regret them later. Instead, learn how to transmute your passion. I suggest looking into researching alchemy, which is what I've been doing that lately. It's really helped me understand myself so much more. Well, not understand myself, but more like hack myself. I don't know how else to explain it. So I didn't realize I am a 1H Aries Mars, first house Aries Mars, however. And I did not realize, because I pay so much attention to the Venus part of me and the Jupiter part of me, that I just didn't realize how important it was. And I realized, I saw this little list. Ooh, maybe if I can find it, I might link it. But I saw this little list on Twitter that was like, oh, do these things to get in touch with your body if you want to live up to your placements, whatever. Something like that. I don't remember. It was something like that. Anyway, it was like everything I had been doing was for Mars. Oh, it was for the planet. Like, if you want to be in service to the planet, how to take care of yourself. And I didn't realize I had been doing so much of the stuff for Mars, and I never paid attention. And I kept getting all these messages that was like, oh, you're not paying attention to this one placement. Like, there's this placement you have. There's this vase you have. There's this everything you have. And you're not paying attention to it, and it's there to help you. And literally, Mars came in, saved the day. So you just may not know what's the correct thing for you. Turns out I had been doing a lot of that stuff already, but I didn't know. I didn't do it with intention. I was just doing it. It's just so funny because I had literally, I did everything on the list. And I was like, oh shit. And then it was like the last thing was when I saw the list. So I was like, oh, crazy divine timing right there. So you may not even know. Yeah, I'll definitely link that list. That'll be cute. Oh, we're not even done. I didn't even tell you what card that was, I don't think. So yeah, make sure you learn how to take the time to get that stuck emotion out of you. Like, I start doing lymphatic massages, and I'll link that lady's channel. I love her. I love her channel, where she does her lymphatic massages. She's so good. I really oh my god, I was I could not believe all the crap that was in my lymph nodes. I can't believe all this time that was it, And I would do yoga and stuff, and that's one of the Mars things. Anyway, that's not important. Uh, Spirit says, let me finish your message. Spirit says to get comfortable with the idea of being the fool for a while. This is meant to teach you how to start something from scratch instead of feeling like you can only work with what you have, actually. So, also, it's supposed to tell you that you are fine starting from zero. You don't always have to have everything you need. Not all businesses, or what's the saying? Not all, Rome wasn't built in a day. There we go. That's easy fucking peasy. We don't have to get that deep. Perfect analogy. But yeah, just remember that you don't have to know everything about life. Like, we're all learning as we go. You're no different, and that's a good thing. Let that kind of thing be a good thing. Like, I feel like people get so upset about certain things, and it's like, it's not supposed to be something to be upset over. It's a good thing to not know everything. You do not want to know everything. It's fucking annoying because when people come to you with their problems, like, now you get to be the one with problems. Now you get to not know everything. Like, that's kind of freedom. And it's like you're doing it on your own terms. So let those be your terms. Let your terms speak for themselves and keep going with those things. But you know what you want. I think that's what it's saying too, is that you know exactly what you want, but it's just something that you never maybe allowed yourself to do because you're afraid of not knowing everything. But who cares that you don't know everything? You don't need to know everything. That's kind of the beauty of it. If it scares you, it's probably good for you. Anyway, I got one angel number for you, and it is 5555. So if you see that, or like 555, good sign. And also, your signs of manifestations are if you have a black cat, or if you came across a black cat, if you've been seeing a lot of sunflowers, if you've been around lions / Leo energy, or if you have Leo placements. Like, if you've been around a lot of Leos, or like enough Leos, because what's a lot of Leos? I don't know what that means, but anyway, if you've been around Leos, or someone with the name Leo, that works too, actually. If you have vitiligo, or if you, okay, this is so specific, but on Twitter, there was this whole Sims 4 thing with someone with it was like a whole argument about vitiligo. So bizarre. So maybe if you're part of that, if you saw that, if you witnessed that, maybe this applies to you. If someone asks you what's the occasion, I don't know, like if you're like dressed up, or I don't know, it just said, what's the occasion? Just telling you what it said. Okay, and then also I have a few affirmations, and it says, I take care of my inner child, and that I show love to my loved ones. Oh, last one. And I am filled with kindness. Filled with kindness or full of kindness? I don't remember. I'm like, wait, I feel like it could be either. Anyway. Alright, pile one. That was your reading. And I hope you stay tuned for my little, okay, so I filmed this, I recorded this little thing with me. I did a reading. I'm like, spit it out already. I did this reading with Dionysus about how to let more fun come into your life. And surprisingly, not on purpose, I promise, it ended up tying into this reading. Not this specific pile necessarily, but like the topic. One of the oracle cards was passion, and I was like, oh shit, cool. So I was like, I can tie that into this. And it, like, I didn't do it on purpose. I just wanted to ask him how to invite more fun into your life. So if you want to check out how to invite more fun into your life, check out that reading. All right. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope this applied. Oh yeah, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, yada yada yada. And I hope to catch you at my next video. Hi, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. You picked the Island pile, and it says that either someone special just entered your life or someone special is about to enter your life. The Two of Cups says that it is time to get drunk on love. Right now, it's time to embrace your loved ones and also work on healing any inner child wounds that could possibly need examining. Like maybe it's time to listen to some songs from your past, like maybe there's an artist that you really, really loved that you haven't listened to in a long time, and they're probably even still making music, so they have more new stuff for you to discover. That's everything you could have wanted as a child. And I'm talking about myself. Trust me, like, I'm speaking from experience. I literally just did this. Like, this whole reading, really, the way this whole freaking reading read the fuck out of me. So embarrassing. I was like, man, I needed to hear this. Anyway. Yeah, so or like any like old movies. Um like I don't know if this was the reading I wanted to mention it in, but there was this video about Snow White that I saw about how like a lot of there's Snow White is like a movie about synchronicities, and it's something I never ever would have noticed. So, yeah, re-examine anything you may have loved as a child, because don't necessarily think of inner child healing as like um stuff you can't, like, it's stuff you can apply to your everyday life. And because there's always lessons in kids movies, so apply the lessons to your life. That's what that's mostly the point. Where and there's always messages in songs. Like, oh my gosh, no, it's been so healing for me to get back into my old music. I'm like, I can't believe I lived without this for all these years. Anyway, let's get back into the reading. It says, don't ever forget that part of yourself deserves to always feel honored. That whatever you went through back then happened, and all that stuff made you who you are today. I'm sure you're a very strong person. I'm sure, you've been through a lot. But the good stuff made you who you are too. So explore that stuff. You don't have to just only explore what made you sad, and that stuff has its place, but maybe that's just not the place you need to be at for this time in your life. But not, no, no, no. That's, yeah, it's not the time. That's not what this is about. You need to invite that kind of passion back into your life. And it really is starting from not zero, but picking up where you left off. The last pile was more so encouraging people to start off from scratch. Try stuff that you never liked before. But this one, I think, is more so about picking up where you left off. Picking up where you maybe didn't think, like, oh, I can never do this. I want to so bad, and I'm so good at it, but I can't do this. Like, oh, my dreams. Like, oh, being an artist is so hard. Which it is hard. Everything will take work. It's not that nothing will be work, but it'll just be that, know that your work will pay off. Anyway, let me continue with reading, because I'm pretty sure that's what your fucking reading is about. Like, way to spoil my own reading. The cards say you may also be in for a little treat, as the Page of Cups says that there could be something so small that triggers a wave of inspiration for you. The Two of Wands says that you definitely already know what this is, and it's something you've been wanting for a long time. But maybe, again, you never allowed yourself to have. Let passion guide you at this time. Spirit advises you to step into your magician energy. You have the power to make your dreams a reality. Don't focus at this time on what you don't have, as all of that will come with time. Let your inspiration serve you. Also, I'm very curious on why I mostly pulled cups, and it says that it's something because you're working with a full cup. And that's crazy because, okay, I was going to mention it at the end of the reading, but I just did this other reading with Dionysus. because I want to do like deity messages. I think that'd be so cute. I love asking the deities for advice. And pretty much the whole thing, like the whole thing is about inviting fun into your life. And I did that reading after I did this reading. And I just find it so interesting because the way that this reading really tied in with that one. So I hope you, if you pick this pile, you decide to, it's so funny, I didn't even realize all of this tied in so well. So yeah, I hope you decide to look at that reading, maybe get some ideas on how to invite that fun into your life to kickstart this next journey. Yeah, I think that would be really fun, and I hope to see you there. So let me finish up your reading by telling you your angel numbers, which were 22, 66, and 222, and also the time 2:22. That's AM or PM. Your signs are angels, the color red, a lot of nudity, so like either in a movie or in a painting, like if you just see a lot of naked people. Virgo or Sagittarius placements, fourth house placements. If you recently watched something with nudity and it really stressed nudity, oh no, had to sit through some bullshit at work. I'm not kidding. Like if you felt like let's say you just had a meeting at work and you went, oh, that could have been an email, or you went, oh, this is bullshit after. This applies to you. Or yeah, that's a sign. And your affirmations for this pile: I know when to take breaks. I am worthy of treats. I know how to have fun. Again, check out that reading because that's exactly what that's so funny. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, thank you so much for checking out my pick a cards. I guess not pick a card, whatever. I'll figure it out. I hope this resonates, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Whatever doesn't apply to you, let it fly. Like, come on. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, because I'm not gonna lie. I know I see a lot of people under other tarot readers stuff like pissed, like, oh, why are you saying to take what resonates, leave what doesn't? I don't care about people's feelings. Like, I care about people's feelings, but I don't care about nonsense. So don't come to me with nonsense. I don't care. I'm like, let me not make it seem like I'm a heartless bastard, but don't come to me with nonsense. And I'm so dead ass serious. Like, let's not right now. Like, sorry, pile 2, that I had to pick right now to do this. I don't know why, but I just feel like preemptively it is important to know that to see past the Disney character voice. I don't care. I don't respond to nonsense well. Like, because first of all, it's funny. Anyway, thank you so much, and I hope we have a great magical time on this channel together as I embody the spirit of Loki. And let me move on to pile 3. Hi, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the ring pile tonight, so go ahead and, oh, let me say this at the beginning of the reading because I didn't do it for the rest of them. But please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If something does not apply, please let it fly because I'm not here with it. Anyway, the Knight of Wands says that it is time for you to seize an opportunity that may seem a little crazy to everyone else, but you know what it is that you want. This may not be around for long, so take advantage of what's in front of you if you are planning to make a commitment. But also be honest with yourself about any possible consequences. And I think that could mean, anything associated with working too much, or just anything that could be associated with what it is that you want to do. Like, let's say you want to be a musician. You might have to tour. and you might have to be away from your family. So just think about those kind of things before you decide to, which you should jump into it, but just be honest with yourself that that's just what you have to do. It's not about letting those things stop you, it's about learning how to work with those things. Um, so be careful with feeling like you're in over your head or judging yourself for your lack of control, because you're just starting out. You're not supposed to know how to be the perfect spouse yet. This doesn't necessarily mean you're getting married, as I think ring, it could be like if you do want to propose to someone, I think this is saying do it, but it also could mean finally making that commitment to be that person that you've always wanted to be, that you haven't allowed yourself to be. So if you weren't able to allow yourself to be, make that time now for that opportunity to come in, because it seems like it's coming in whether you like it or not. I'm not going to lie. But know that just because this is something that you want and something you know you'll love, that doesn't mean it'll be easy. But that's okay. Take the logical route. I'd combined route and route. Well, take the logical route and don't let the fear of rough patches stop you from doing you. The Knight of Pentacles commends you on your work ethic. Through this hard work, make sure you are stopping to take in all that you appreciate. And there's this other tarot reader I watch on here. Her name is Taylor Eaton. I love her videos. She always does financial readings, and they're so fucking helpful. Her readings are so helpful. So check her out. I love her videos so much. And she made such a good point. It's really helped. And like, granted, like, it's not like the money is like started rolling in or anything, but it's not about that. Like, it's about doing what you can just to feel good, you know? And it just feels nice to feel good. And it's like when you're washing your hands or drinking water from the tap water, which I don't do. I live in California. You can't do that here. I live in SoCal. Anyway, when you are doing that, but like, even though I don't drink tap water, when I wash my hands, it's like, wow, someone really put in the work to make sure I can wash my hands. Like, appreciate those little bitty things, because even though they may seem like duh to you, someone did put in the work for those things to be there. And even though everything is really expensive now, so it's really hard to appreciate certain things, it's like, well, the people doing their jobs, it's not their fault. They're not the ones setting the prices. So it's just about taking that little bit of time to appreciate the really, really tiny things that maybe other people don't think about. And I know that sounds so arbitrary, but let things be arbitrary. Let things be tiny. It's so fun. It is so fun to make like, my life is so low stakes right now. That's the only way I can put it. And it's so nice. And I'm sure, no, I feel like I'm in like it's like, you know, you get into like a transitional phase, and it may seem like one way to other people, but you know what you're doing for yourself, and don't backtrack on that. You're doing great. And I'm kind of speaking for myself, but I also feel like maybe it's important for someone else to hear, because sometimes I feel like a lot of people, when we do this, we can feel so like, fuck, what am I doing? You know? But you know why you started this. Like, you're not doing this in vain. Your goals, like, you know, people say, oh, well, what, you're expecting a reward for things, you know? I've even seen people say that it's selfish to manifest or do anything like that. And maybe it is, but I think when it comes to the way that a lot of things are right now, I feel like being more selfish has really made it so I am more able to show up for others in a better way, because now I know what kind of people I can show up for, or what my capacity is. So let yourself find out your capacity for life, but also push against it. Like, find out your capacity, but, like, knowing your capacity doesn't mean you can't break the boundary. You know, it's just that a lot of the boundaries we broke were boundaries that we never would have thought to put up in the first place. And it's not even about, like, breaking boundaries, I guess. It's more like breaking barriers. You know, don't be afraid to break the barriers, and just do what you need to get to the place where you're at. Because at the end of the day, the only person going to sleep with you is you, even if you're with a partner. You know, be happy in your own skin. It's what matters most. I don't know where that came from. So yeah, it says, Spirit advises you to take advantage of any new ideas that you get. Write them down. Journal. I know people hate when you suggest journaling sometimes, but journal. And yeah, take advantage of any, like, keep pen and paper near, because you might have a new idea, or, you know, if you can take action in the moment, take action in the moment. That would be ideal. But whatever that means for you, or even like starting small, like doing lessons every day for one thing. You don't have to know, again, you don't have to know everything right away. You can take the time to learn who you are, and, or more like how you would react to things too. I feel like that's an important thing too. Like, to knowing how you would react when that inspiration strikes you. And work on getting that exciting feeling in learning how to execute your projects, instead of just where you are coming up with the ideas. Like, have fun. Like, if you're writing a book, like, make writing the book fun. You know, a lot of people they go to work, they're like, oh, I fucking hate my job. I know, I do it, we all do it. I'm not judging you, but I can take this advice too. But it's just saying, instead of thinking, I fucking hate this place, or, oh, I hate this, instead of thinking of it like a chore, you know, find something about it that you can make fun, you know? Like, have fun with your work. Who says you can't have fun with your work? Just because capitalism sucks doesn't mean you can't do what you know, can to make it better for yourself, I guess. Spirit says to learn to work with where you are at, and that you have all that you need to start, and that whatever you may need later will come when you need it. Just trust the process. So your angel number for this reading was 666, and your signs were a powder blue suit, butterflies, forest for the trees, can't read my own writing, forest for the trees, Cancer placements, 3 house placements, 2nd house placements, cloud gazing, confusing perspectives, thinking, what am I looking at? And your affirmations are, I have all that I need, I utilize my skills, I love helping others, my dreams always come true. Ooh, and I'm hearing something about watching Cinderella, but like the Disney version in particular, like a dream is a wish your heart makes version. Yeah, but also don't be afraid to watch that Brandy version with Whitney Houston with the Rodgers and Hammerstein. That's my favorite one. I love that fucking Cinderella. Anyway, I just love Cinderella stories. Whatever. Let me end this. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for